Amid the huge shock that has shaken China's entertainment industry, a shocking confession has finally rocked the public. After months of mystery and speculation, the perpetrator of Yu Menglong's murder has finally spoken out. This confession not only exposes the dark truth behind the tragic case, but also ignites an outpouring of anger from the public, who have long awaited justice. Yu Menglong, a talented actor and singer, died under mysterious circumstances that left a deep scar in the hearts of his fans. From the beginning, authorities carried out an intensive investigation, gathering forensic evidence, CCTV footage, and witness statements. Yet only now, the truth that had been hidden has surfaced through the shocking admission of the mastermind behind this tragedy. The perpetrator, previously only rumored to be someone close within the entertainment circle, finally surrendered with a face full of regret. However, what enraged the public even more was not just the crime itself, but the cold-blooded reason behind it. A mix of personal motives, envy, and professional grudges was revealed as the main driver, shattering the hope that Yu's death was nothing more than a tragic accident. At a press conference held by the police, shocking details emerged. It turned out that the perpetrator had planned the act well in advance, arranging step by step to make it appear as if it were an ordinary accident. But the authorities' success in uncovering digital records and electronic communication trails became the key that ultimately pressured the perpetrator into confessing. The confession became the leading headline across all media outlets. Waves of public outrage immediately flooded social platforms. Hashtags related to Yu Menglong's case instantly topped trending topics, with millions of netizens pouring out grief mixed with anger. They felt betrayed by someone who deliberately stole the life of a man loved by millions. For fans who had followed the case closely, the news left them even more broken. Losing Yu Menglong was already unbearably painful. But learning that his death was not fate, but the result of a human's malicious intent, made the wound impossible to heal. Several fellow celebrities and colleagues of Yu Menglong also voiced their anger. Some couldn't hold back their tears during interviews. They mourned the loss of a humble and hardworking friend. The confession was seen as an unforgivable betrayal against the Chinese entertainment industry as a whole. Meanwhile, Yu Menglong's family faced this bitter truth with heavy hearts. For so long, they hoped that the truth, when revealed, would bring at least some peace. But hearing the cruel motive behind it only deepened their pain. The family declared firmly that they wanted the perpetrator to face full justice, not just a shallow apology. A wave of protests erupted from the wider society as well. Many demanded that the law be enforced without favoritism, even if the perpetrator had ties to the entertainment world and powerful industries. For the public, this case symbolized the lingering injustice they feared still existed within celebrity circles. Moreover, the confession sparked a broader discussion about the dark side of China's entertainment industry. Fierce competition, financial pressure, and agency rivalries were cited as factors that worsened the situation. This case was seen as the peak of systemic failure in protecting artists who should have been able to work safely. Authorities promised the harshest punishment. They emphasized that this was not just a criminal act, but a tragedy that touched public trust in the law. The firm statement slightly eased concerns, though most citizens continued to demand full transparency in the judicial process. A leaked video of the perpetrator's confession on social media further inflamed emotions. In the footage, the perpetrator tried to explain his reasons in a flat tone, seemingly without genuine remorse. Many netizens felt his cold demeanor only revealed how heartless he truly was. The video went viral instantly, garnering millions of views within hours. Yu Menglong's fans across the world organized solidarity movements. They shared photos of him with messages of grief and prayers for justice. Some communities even held virtual memorials, showing just how deeply his tragic passing had affected people. Public anger also extended toward those suspected of knowing about the plan but choosing to remain silent. Though there was no solid evidence, speculation grew that others may have been involved, or at least turned a blind eye to early signs. This fueled the fire, driving the media to dig even deeper. The perpetrator's background shocked the public further as media uncovered it. Someone who had always appeared calm and professional turned out to be hiding an unimaginable dark side. The fact that he was closely connected to the entertainment world made people feel doubly betrayed. On talk shows, legal and psychology experts analyzed the case. They argued that the motive was rooted in an unhealthy obsession with status and recognition. Years of envy, coupled with pressure from his surroundings, exploded into the extreme act that claimed Yu Menglong's life. Yet the public was unwilling to give the perpetrator even a shred of sympathy. For them, no reason could justify such cruelty. Most comments on social media demanded nothing less than the heaviest punishment as the only way to restore justice for Yu Menglong. Outrage was not limited to legal demands. People also called for massive reforms in the entertainment industry. From stronger artist protection to transparency in agency management, reforms became a loud demand after the tragedy. Many hoped Yu's case would be the turning point. Major newspapers ran editorials highlighting the wide-reaching impact of the case. They emphasized that entertainment was not only about glamour, but also contained dark sides that needed urgent reform. Yu Menglong, they argued, had become a symbol of sacrifice that opened everyone's eyes. The overwhelming anger also pressured authorities to move faster. Normally, such trials would drag on, but now the public demanded swift resolutions. People refused to let this case linger, fearing it would weaken trust in the system. Amid protests, some voices urged the public to remain calm and let the law take its course. However, those voices were often drowned out by the waves of rage. People felt they had waited too long for answers, and now they wanted justice immediately. Yu Menglong's family issued another official statement. With trembling voices, they thanked the public for their support, but pleaded against excessive speculation. They wanted the focus to remain on delivering fair justice, free from external manipulation. Still, it was only natural for people to struggle to contain their emotions. Yu Menglong had inspired many, not only with his talent but also his kindness. Losing him at the hands of another person made the pain nearly impossible to bear. On social media, fans continued to share beautiful memories of Yu's work. Clips from dramas, his songs, and old interviews resurfaced as a form of tribute. The more people realized his contributions, the greater their anger toward the injustice of his loss. The perpetrator is now officially detained and awaiting trial. But the public continues to scrutinize every development, fearing intervention or leniency given the perpetrator's background. Calls for transparency in every step of the trial grow louder. Several social organizations launched petitions demanding maximum punishment. Within hours, hundreds of thousands of signatures were collected. This phenomenon showed the immense scale of public support in seeking justice for Yu Menglong. At the same time, some tried to ease tensions by saying that hatred would not bring you back. But such remarks were often criticized as insensitive, worsening the situation. The grief and anger were simply too raw to be soothed with words. The confession also left a looming question. Did the perpetrator really act alone, or were there others pulling strings behind the scenes? Speculation continues, and the public demands a deeper investigation until every truth is revealed. Even as some truth has now surfaced, people know the wound caused by Yu Menglong's death will never fully heal. Still, they are determined to use this tragedy as a rallying cry to demand a safer entertainment industry for future artists. This case is no longer seen as an ordinary crime but as an event that struck the conscience of society. The perpetrator's confession may have answered part of the mystery, but it also unleashed an unstoppable wave of fury. The public now waits for the moment when justice is truly served, one final tribute to Yu Menglong.